And then I decided to merge my two passions. I am a motivational singer, so I create experiences where I merge music and personal development. So I empower people to be loud, which is my method. And I've been doing this for the founder and CEO of Loud Women Nation. It's a worldwide community that focuses on developing curriculum and educational programs for women to step into authenticity, heal their wounds, and live fulfilled lives. That's in a nutshell, a little bit of what I do and who I am.
Hello, Empower Nation. Welcome to Empower Her Money podcast. I am your host, Angela Duncan, speaker, best-selling author, serial entrepreneur. We talk all things money and business. Today's episode is sponsored by freemoneytipsbook.com, freemoneytipsbook.com. Head over there, download your free ebook, 7 Unshakable Tips to get you started on your financial journey. Today's episode, I get to interview Adriana Foster. She is a world-renowned international singer, and she's going to talk about how she's merged her two passions to create an experience for her clients. Hi, Adriana. Welcome to Empower Her Money podcast. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. It's an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for saying yes. I know I reached out to you on Facebook. I've been following you for a little bit, and I thought this might be a great opportunity for you to kind of share a little bit about yourself, how you got started in your career. We'd love to hear the background.
Absolutely. Thank you. So, first of all, I'm a great admirer of your podcast and the movement that you do and the space that you create. So, I feel like it's super important. The work you do, I really want to highlight that. And the reason I'm so passionate about, women like you and the spaces that you create is because I too, I'm passionate about empowering women to take up space, to grow, and to truly connect with their greatness and their highest potential. I believe that if we all do that, all human beings, but especially women, we can definitely change the world. So to answer your question, my name is Adriana Foster. I am from Mexico. I was born in Guadalajara, Mexico. I am 37 years old. And I started my career because I wanted to be a professional singer. I moved to the United States when I was 13 years old and to pursue my career. I struggled a lot with depression, anxiety. I was diagnosed with chronic depression, anxiety when I was 8 years old. And I had a very low point in my life when I was a teenager that I tried to commit suicide when I was 18. And I feel like that moment totally shifted me and gave me the opportunity to make a very important question, which is the question that fuels my life and what makes me do what I do. Why do we do what we do? Why are we the way we are? And if we go even deeper, is this really who I am? I decided to go on a quest to answer these questions. I invested in myself, personal development wise. I went on trips. I went to El Camino de Santiago. I did incredible internal shadow work, spiritual work. And I realized that I was living a life that was completely unaligned with my true self. I have bits and pieces of parts that were a mirror of my true authentic self, but I was not allowing myself to be fully loud, to express myself. So I decided to do some changes. I shifted my career. I walked away from what the regular mainstream musical career looks like with record companies and all that thing. Even though I have albums out on Spotify, I was doing concerts. I decided to go in a different way, and I decided to launch my personal development career. I got certified as a clinical hypnotherapist. I have a background in clinical hypnosis, and I started working with people and really teaching them how to heal their internal wounds so they can tap into their greatest potential, which is what shifted me. And then I decided to merge my two passions. I am a motivational singer, so I create experiences where I merge music and personal development. So I empower people to be loud, which is my method. And I've been doing this for the founder and CEO of Loud Women Nation. It's a worldwide community that focuses on developing curriculum and educational programs for women to step into authenticity, heal their wounds, and live fulfilled lives. That's in a nutshell, a little bit of what
No,
I do and who I am.
it's an incredible story because, I think as kids, we often think like we fantasize about what our adult career is going to look like. And it's
Yes.
very interesting that, you wanted to sing and that came from a very early age. You moved to the US to pursue that, but then really kind of took a little bit of time to find yourself. So I find that part of your story very interesting. So when you're thinking about the musical side of you, how do you come up with, the words to your songs or what kind of message that you want to deliver through your music?
I love that question. Thank you for asking me that. I feel that music was definitely a catalyst for me. When I was a little girl, I always thought that my purpose in life was singing. My purpose in life was to be a singer and to share my music with the world. And as I grew up and I went through my process and I started understanding my authentic self, I realized that my purpose is not singing, that singing and writing was a tool, a conduit to express and exercise my purpose. So
Mm.
everything that I do with music is very intentional. I have found a way to heal myself and truly express and exercise the essence of my soul and who I am and what I truly believe, the things that I truly believe in through my music and my songs. I have several albums in the both Latin and American market, in iTunes, Spotify, everywhere, YouTube, where my songs are meant to empower and inspire, but more from a place of this is my truth. I want to share with you, and hopefully it will inspire you to do something. Not from a space of I'm here to teach you anything, because I'm not. I don't consider myself that. I just consider myself an eternal artist that just my soul was bleeding at some point and I decided to heal those wounds, and I wanted to share the ways that I healed with other people with the hopes that they will find ways to heal themselves as well.
Yes, and you've had a long career from singing. Share a little bit. I just want to brag a little, but share a little bit about what you posted recently about Spotify, that some of the accomplishments that you've made this year.
Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so happy. I get goosebumps. So yes, my music has been heard for in around for more than 4.7 million people have heard my music. I am in, I think, more than 125 countries all over the world. I've had more than 7 million streams. I have, I think it's close to 180,000 followers and listeners monthly in my Spotify channel. And this is just Spotify. This is
Right.
what I was sharing in the platform. The reason I shared it is because it is just crazy for me to see these numbers. And sometimes I don't know if you feel this way, or maybe the people that are listening to us right now. Have you ever felt that what you do is not enough? And even though you have the results, you're like, oh, I wish I could do more. And what I have learned is that the success in life is not measured by what you can the tangible things that you can count, but by the ripples that your gift and your soul creates, the
Hmm.
ripples that you might never even know that your soul is creating. I feel like when we put our gifts out there, it's like throwing a stone into a river. The ripple effect is so big that we can't measure it and control it. So being able to see a glimpse of that, it was so rewarding.
I
Thank you for
know.
asking.
Congratulations. And that's one of the things I love about Spotify. That's where this podcast, where I take a look and review my numbers as well. But obviously that's just Spotify. You have no idea what the other platforms are necessarily putting out or how many more people you're reaching with your inspirational message. So that's pretty
Exactly.
incredible. So congratulations. So you
Thank
talked
you.
about being loud. What exactly does that mean for you and for what you're doing with your business?
Yes. So being loud comes, I feel like Be Loud, the philosophy, what I teach, the curriculum, it's just a reflection of my soul and my story. Just to give you a quick, story, I love to tell the story. When I got a divorce, I got into these personal development classes, to overcome all the winds of the divorce. And I was in this warehouse around 5 a.m. in the morning. And the trainer was like, you have to run and count 1, 2, 3. And I was like, 1, 2, 3. And the trainer comes to me and is like, you have to scream it. And I was like, I can't. And he's like, why not? And I'm like, because it's 5 o'clock in the morning. We're going to wake up people. Like, I feel super uncomfortable. And he was like, you're not going to wake up anybody. So I felt so uncomfortable that I left. And I went to my friend's house. And it was very interesting to me. I was like, I was not able to be loud. Like I felt like something was stopping me. Like I was going to disturb the peace. It was just this incredible feeling. And I realized that this is how I felt overall in my life. This is how I would show up at places, make decisions, set boundaries. I would feel like exposing myself and exercising my purpose and taking up space was going to offend others.
Mm.
And my friend was like, that's it. That's your book. The book's not yet done, but that's when I started creating the philosophy. So Be Loud is an acronym that stands for loving, open, unapologetic, and deserving. And those are the four qualities that in my professional experience, 15 years of working with hundreds of people, doing events all over Mexico, Latin America, United States, working with thousands of people, I realized that the biggest challenge that we have is that we forget who we are. We forget our authentic self. And sometimes we grow up not even having the opportunity to know who we are. And in my experience, if we tap into these four cores, which is learning how to love ourselves unconditionally, learning how to discover our true potential with open, learning how to be unapologetic with grace, and how to receive and deserve what we truly want, if we tap into these four cores, we can heal and we can live a life of authenticity. What does that mean? We can live up to our fullest potential, a life that we absolutely love, that fits for us, and that creates ripple effects for us to be able to create and generate the opportunities, the experiences, and the environment that we want. So Be Loud is my philosophy, what I've been teaching for years, and what I use to empower people to connect with their true selves and become the owners of their story, the owners of their life, to break their silence and allow themselves to live the life that they deserve.
Yeah, and how fitting is that? Because when you were telling your story earlier, in your earlier days of your career, you weren't being authentic. So now
Absolutely.
you're encouraging women to be authentic. And I do believe the same is true for a lot of women. You know, we tend to be quiet. I don't know if it's something that we learned or if it's just something that's genetic, but we're not meant
It's
to like
everything.
be loud and use our voice
No.
and teach people. So I let, and you have such enthusiasm behind all of that. So I
I'm just
it's
so
so
passionate about
incredible.
it. Every time I do a workshop, I tell the women, I'm like, just think about it. How do men walk into a room? When you see a man, what do they do? They're like, yo, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. Even their body language, right? Is like big. And when we walk into a room, we are taught to be nice, to sit down and look pretty. And we walk into a room, we're like, excuse me. Oh, I'm so sorry, right? Our body language, we cringe. It is societal. It is a societal norm. It is a survival pattern that we have adapted for millions of years of oppression. And again, I'm not feminist or anything. I believe in the graceful feminine, but I do believe that our idea of how we can express our worthiness and how we can take up space has been affected from many ways, shape, and form for reasons and different reasons and years. So I believe that in order for us to be able to heal not only ourselves, but the world and our society, we get
Mhm.
to shift that and we get to change that.
Yeah, and I believe that when your attitude is so infectious and positive and high energy like that, other people are going to feel it and they're going to want to be the
Yes,
same because it just feels good to have that, you know, like you said, give yourself grace, but also give yourself permission to
I
speak your
agree.
mind and be loud.
I agree. And think about it. If you see somebody super happy, confident, like that inspires you to be like, oh, I want to be like her. Or
Mhm.
it might trigger you, right? But if it triggers you, it's also an opportunity for you to pay attention and say, huh, what is it that I don't like about this person? Is it that maybe she's being super loud and open and I internally feel like I don't deserve it, like I don't have permission? Every reaction is an opportunity. And if we are loud, which means taking up space, sharing our gifts with the world, being
Mhm.
gracefully unapologetic with it, we will inspire others to do the same.
So I know that you recently did an event. I would love to hear perhaps some lessons you learned from a business perspective when you are putting on an event. You know, let's talk about the money side of things. What did you learn when you were doing your event?
Absolutely. So I have Lao Women Nation. It's a year program, right? And I have two channels for women to learn. I have the online channel, which are online classes, and I have the circle, which is in person. This is the event that you're referring to. I wanted to give you some perspective to answer my question. So in terms of putting together these events, I feel like there's a lot of pieces that come together. But the most important piece when it comes to managing finances and making sure that you have the budget and the sponsors and all the things that have to align in order for you to do this is your mindset. And I know this sounds very cliche, but bear with me. When I talk about your mindset, I talk about the permission that you give to yourself to expand and be seen. There's a lot of research that states that if your internal belief is that when you are seen, you are either in danger or you're going to be rejected, you will unconsciously shrink and stop these opportunities from coming to you. So if you work on these internal beliefs that stop you from being seen and from truly being vulnerable, you will create the opportunities that come to you. And what I teach all the time is be first, do second. Once you work on your internal belief system and you shift your energetic contracts, then you can hire a good coach. You can hire my biggest always piece of advice is ask for help. We don't have to do it alone. For me to put all of these events together, it brought a lot of pieces. I had to hire a trainer. I had to hire a person that could help me coordinate everything. I have my partner, and making sure that there's a strategy in place, especially when it comes to money. Make sure that you have a transition plan that allows you to make these big steps and to bring them into fruition. But the most important thing is allow yourself to be seen. Allow yourself to stretch and believe internally that you can do it and that it is an investment that you're creating. It's not an expense. It's an investment that you're doing because you're putting yourself out there and creating ripples.
Such good information. Now, you've also mentioned your online program. So what kind of thought process did go into creating that for your clients as well?
For sure. So the Be Loud program, the one that I offer in Loud Women Nation, is called the Loud Incubator. The Loud Incubator is a culmination of almost 15 years of working with people and understanding what is the process they take in order to heal their wounds, to understand their potential, and to take the step to be vulnerable, be seen, stretch, and be loud, right? Get themselves out there. I was able to have a very clear idea of how that works together, and I was able to put it into a 12-month curriculum that teaches women the specific steps and how to go about your internal wounds, your limiting beliefs, your internal mindset, your confidence, your fears, how to heal that in order to take tangible steps to create the results that you want in the world. So I feel like Loud Incubator was born 14 years ago. And with time, with results, with case studies, with clients, I was able to put all the pieces together. And finally, in 2022, now I'm super confused because we're almost in 2024. Yeah. I was able to sit down and say, okay, now I'm going to grab everything I know. How can I package this in something that is reasonable, that is understandable, that is digestible, and actionable steps that women can follow to be able to embrace the 4 course. And I can tell you that the results are amazing. We had 23 members. They completely transformed their lives. We are a startup. We just started Loud Women Nation and specifically. And, the curriculum came out to be, we have the case studies and the results, the testimonials, incredible, just beautiful, beautiful results that this program has created.
Nice. Now, it's very interesting that we're talking about the webinars and the online platform, because I had a client recently ask me about it. Now, I haven't done it yet myself. I do plan to, hopefully in the future, but can you just give me some specific examples of some of either the website or program? How did you put the whole package together?
Absolutely. What I can tell you is that it is probably one of the most challenging things that I've done. I was just talking to a client about this. I have been on stages in front of thousands of people. I have done tours, concerts. That's easy. Put a community together, that's challenging. And it's fun, right? Because it makes you get out of your comfort zone. Mm-hmm. So for me, I feel like a big part of Loud Women Nation is the consistency. So in the program, once you sign up for the Loud Incubator, you not only have a masterclass, you have an environment of tools that support your transformation. The masterclass is the seed that we plant, but you also have monthly hypnosis classes. You have weekly calls, support coaching. You have a platform, a private server platform where you can share your heart out, where you can get support with the women, when you can create some camaraderie, commitment between the women in the program that can support each other because they're all in the same space. So I feel like a big key element for our success, at least this year, and for us, was to be able to create that environment. I am a truly believer that your environment will define everything. So it's not just a class that you go to, it's an entire environment that you get to step into. So for anybody that's starting a course or a class or a community, I would encourage them to think a little bit less about the logistics or how perfect the program is or how, in detail the curriculum is, and think more about how am I going to shower my members with reminders, with the environment that is going to nurture the shift that I can create. I believe that the number one thing that we get to focus on is how fast can the people that sign up for my program can bring the results that they're looking for versus doing anything else. And I feel that environment takes a big place, a big key on it.
Very, very fitting. A lot of good information. I know building out that whole platform, I've heard from other people, is not an easy task. So having a good team around you to help you that are experts is very helpful as well.
Absolutely. Yes. We have a private server. So we take everything out of social media. We do everything in our own platform that we're working to make it an app. And that was a huge, I would say, challenge, adventure journey. It took us 4 months to get the platform to work the way that we wanted it. And it's a constant feedback, test and trial journey and adventure that you have to have a lot of patience for. I personally don't deal with that. I have my director of operations that does that, and I just send the feedback, send the email, and then boom, see the results. But I know that he spends hours and hours and hours in the computer with the programmers and making sure that everything is set together. So yes, ask for help. You cannot do it alone. You're not supposed to do it alone.
We got to build a team and an empire around us. So that's good information. So when you're thinking about your business now, either on the Loud side or your amazing music career, what are some challenges that you're working through right now?
I feel that probably the biggest challenge that I have is learning how to communicate efficiently what we do. I feel like it is so vast and so beautiful and so transformational that I still don't know 100% how to communicate it. Sometimes, we feel that if we say everything that we do, we're going to reach a lot of people, but I feel like that does the opposite result. People get very overwhelmed. So being able to communicate clearly, this is what we do, we teach people, that is a hard part. That's definitely the most challenging part for us. For me, being a motivational singer and getting people to understand that both my careers are merged into one and that this is what I do. I sing to inspire and I inspire with music. It's hard. A lot of people don't understand that. They're like, what do you mean? But you're a singer, but what do you sing? No, I don't sing anywhere. I have conferences and I have events but why? It's challenging. And at the same time, it's fun, right? Because we're opening up a new path. We are pioneers in these type of elements. So it's always a learning process for sure.
Yeah. So what's next for you? What do you see in the future for your business?
We are very excited because we are planning to do a summit, the Loud Women Summit, which my ambition is to be able to bring incredible resources together for women to go to this place, to this event, and get out of there with a clear path, idea, plan, and resources to transform their lives and step into their power. So I'm very, very excited and committed to that. We have already 2 incredible keynote speakers pre-confirmed, and I want to be able to bring the best team possible of resources to my members. We are officially registrations open for 2024 cohort of Loud Incubator. We're looking for 25 fabulous women that want to jump into the transformation train and create this incredible journey of being loud and exercising their purpose. I already have my Loud Circle, which is the in-person trainings, almost full. I'm looking for 5 more women that are willing to elevate their lives and ready to experience the most incredible transformation of their life. So I just want to keep growing the membership, keep growing the platform, keep serving women, and I'm really looking forward to witness this new cohort transform and create wonderful results in their lives, for sure.
In your music career, you're not stopping that either, right?
No, no, no. We are definitely, I'm going to release another album probably by August of 2024. My Be Loud album, which is completely connected to what we do in Loud Women Nation. We are planning to do another tour. We finished the tour of concerts in 2023, 22, 23 in Mexico and Latin America. We're planning to bring that into the United States as well. So we're getting there. Yay!
Yes, you definitely have to let me know the dates for that because I will be there.
Absolutely.
You also mentioned you're working on a book as well.
Yes, that is a work in progress. I feel that I'm probably going to be able to fully finish it and be in this space by 2025. I feel like 2024 is my go mode, and then 2025 is probably going to be that space. But yes, the book has been in the works for the past 12 years, and I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Little by little.
As a published author, I will tell you, you got to release it. The message
I
is
know.
there. You need to get
I
it
know.
out. And the great thing about books is one, you can do, new editions. So if you come up with more information, then you just update what you have and re-release it. But if it's been there
That
for
is
that
true.
long, it's done. You need to just have an editor come in, clean it up a little bit and just release it because your audience is waiting for it.
I love it. This is a nudge that I needed. All right, let's do it. Let's release the book 2024. Yes.
Yes. All right. So I have a fun question for you.
Yes.
If you could have a superpower or super talent, what would it be and why?
That is a very good question.
See, mine would be singing, but you already have that talent. So
I feel that I would love to be able to heal people's hearts. Like, have you watched the movie Encanto, where Disney, the movie Disney Encanto, where the mom cooks and she gives the food and then they heal? I would love to do that for people's hearts. I feel like a lot of the challenges we have in the world, a lot of the wars, the conflicts, the misunderstandings come from pain. We are just, humans walking around with a lot of pain. Whenever I see somebody doing, acting from anger or doing things that are not aligned with love, I know that it comes from pain. And I would love to be able to see a person and give them something that could heal their hearts completely so they could have the space to just love and act through love.
Oh, love that. Okay, so let's first start off. What is the website so that our audience can go check out your upcoming events?
Yes, loudwomennation.com. Yes. We are also planning to release 2 more retreats for the year. We have private retreats, we have group retreats, we have a lot of beautiful stuff for all of our members. So loudwomennation.com. Registration's open. Please.
Yep. And then to follow you for your music on Spotify, do you have any social media channels that we can promote as well?
Yes, absolutely. Instagram is is in Spanish, Adriana Foster Oficial or Loud Women Nation. In Spotify, you find me like Adriana Foster. I'm in Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, and all the other, platforms. And I'm excited.
Awesome. It was so great to interview you today. You have such incredible energy, super excited for everything that is in your future. And I really appreciate your time today, Adriana.
Thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for creating this space for us to be loud. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for tuning into Empower Her Money podcast. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to subscribe, share this podcast, and leave a review wherever you are tuning in.